So we've got an official announcement for the Birds of Prey DLC, so let's talk about it. Hello heroes and villains, welcome to Multiverse. So we finally have an official date for the Birds of Prey DLC. It's going to launch April 16th, 2020. For those of you who sometimes wonder where I get those informations, it's quite simple. On the forums there is an upcoming event thread, and that's where I get most of the information from for the upcoming stuff. And also on the forums, they've posted some of the redesigns that we'll get in the DLC. Here you can see the redesign for Harley Quinn. I have to admit, it's not a bad design. The model looks fine, but I do miss the classic Harley Quinn look. That's the look of the character that I loved, and sadly, as time goes by, they keep on moving away and away from that look for some reason. So by now you guys probably understand that I kind of like the classic look of the characters, the classic costumes, and it always breaks my heart a bit whenever they try to reinvent the wheel and redesign characters that were perfectly fine to begin with. Here I think this is a new version of Black Canary from, I forget if it's from the recent comics. Usually when they redesign stuff, they try to use some of the most recent designs that come straight from the comics. I think this is it, but I seem to recall there was a point where when Ed Benez was drawing the book like 10-15 years ago, when Black Canary had a look kind of like that. So I'm not sure if this is the Ed Benez look or if that's the look she has in the comics right now. But anyway, so here you can see the new look for Black Canary in the Birds of Prey DLC. And here we can see the new design for Poison Ivy. There is something bothering me about this design. There's the proportion are off somehow. The legs seems too heavy compared to the small stature of the rest of the body. I understand that that's probably the proportions that James Lee gave the character, but often one of the drawback from Jim Lee from doing design works is that very often a design that works in the Jim Lee style, when someone else tries to do the same design, doesn't work so well. So I assume it might be something like that. Probably the proportion worked well enough with the Jim Lee design, but when they tried to redesign the character, somehow the character ended up with legs that were pretty much too heavy for the rest of her body. It looks weird a bit, but it's not. The model itself isn't bad, it's just the proportions that are kind of weird. And last but not least, we have the new design for the Huntress. I have to admit, I really don't like this one. I kind of miss the design she had in Justice League. In the Justice League animated series, the design she had at that time was pretty much spot on. I understand why they want to redesign the character. I guess the midriff that's not covered kind of bothered some people. Personally, I kind of liked the look she used to have. Oh well. So again, now we know that the official launch date for the Birds of Prey DLC will be April 16th, 2020. Also, very often people will ask, like right now, the current DLC is the Metal Part 2 DLC, and it is a DLC that people have access through the Events tab for free. So often people will ask, how long will they have access to the DLC for free? Well, now we have the answer. You will have access to Metal Part 2 for free if you're a premium or a legendary or a free-to-play player until April 16th, 2020. After April 16th, 2020, you will have access to the Birds of Prey DLC for free if you're a free-to-play player or if you are a premium player that did not purchase the DLC. But you're going to have to play the DLC through the Events tab, the same way as you can play the Metal Part 2 DLC right now. If you have any questions, feel free to ask so in the comment section down below, and I'll see what I can do about answering your questions. I have roughly 2,000 videos about this universe online at this point, so if you just search in my videos, odds are I've already made a video that will answer your question. And that's pretty much it for now, guys. So as always, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.